Siddhartha Gautama, who would later become known as the Buddha, was born into a life of privilege. He was a prince, shielded from suffering and surrounded by luxury. However, Siddhartha became aware of the universality of suffering in the world. He saw sickness, old age and death, and realized that no one, not even a prince, could escape these realities. This realization led him on a spiritual quest for liberation from suffering. Siddhartha left his life of comfort and embarked on a journey of intense meditation and ascetic practices. He studied with various teachers and explored different paths, seeking the root of suffering and a way to overcome it. He dedicated himself to finding a path to enlightenment, not just for himself but for the benefit of all beings. After years of dedicated practice, Siddhartha attained enlightenment while meditating beneath a Bodhi tree. He became the Buddha, the awakened one, and dedicated the rest of his life to sharing his insights and the path to liberation with others. The Buddha's teachings, centered on the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, offer a way to overcome suffering and attain true peace and liberation. Nirvana, a central concept in Buddhism, is often misunderstood. It is not simply an end to existence, as some might believe. Instead, nirvana is best understood as the extinction of suffering. It is the extinguishing of greed, hatred, and delusion, the root causes of suffering. Nirvana is a state of perfect peace, freedom from suffering, and liberation from the cycle of birth and death. It is not a place one goes to after death, but a state of being that can be realized in this lifetime through the diligent practice of the Buddha's teachings. The path to nirvana is open to all, regardless of background or social standing. It requires dedication, mindfulness, and a commitment to ethical living. Through meditation, mindful living, and cultivating compassion and wisdom, one can progress on the path towards nirvana. As the Buddha aged, he continued to travel and teach, sharing his wisdom and compassion with all who sought his guidance. Knowing his time on earth was coming to an end, the Buddha delivered his final teachings, emphasizing the importance of self-reliance and diligence in practicing the Dharma. The Buddha passed away in Kushinagar, India at the age of 80, surrounded by his devoted disciples. His final words were a reminder that all compounded things are impermanent and to strive for liberation with diligence. The Buddha's passing, known as parinirvana, marked the end of his physical presence, but not the end of his teachings. His teachings continued to spread, offering guidance and hope to countless beings seeking a path to liberation from suffering. The Buddha's attainment of nirvana and his subsequent teachings hold deep significance for Buddhists worldwide. Nirvana represents the ultimate goal of Buddhist practice, the complete liberation from suffering and the cycle of birth and death. The Buddha's example demonstrates that nirvana is attainable through dedicated practice and the cultivation of wisdom and compassion. His teachings offer a clear path to follow, guiding practitioners towards the realization of their own true nature and the ultimate peace of nirvana. The Buddha's legacy lives on through his teachings and the countless individuals who continue to find solace and inspiration in his words. His message of compassion, wisdom, and the possibility of liberation from suffering continues to resonate across cultures and time, offering a timeless path to inner peace and enlightenment.